Welcome, fans. My name's Broden McCune. I'm here with Scott Gross. Today we are in Goffstown. Exciting game. Concord coming in to the undefeated Goffstown.
And now there are only two undefeated teams in the North, one of which is Memorial. So, Goffstown really has a good chance here. There's only a 5-game season. Memorial will be the last game that they play. And Goffstown has a good chance of going 5-0.
Yeah, so we're going to see here today if they can keep up that hot offensive streak that they've been going and see if they can keep up that defensive unit that came out against Alvern right now. Welcome, folks. We are here in Goffstown today for the first Goffstown Grizzlies home game. We are taking on the Crimson Tide of Concord. My name is Broden McCune. Scott, how are we doing today?
Good afternoon, Broden. A really beautiful, sunshiny day, probably mid-70s at Goffstown High School as the Grizzlies take on the Crimson Tide of Concord. Goffstown comes in 2-0. The Tide comes in at 0-2. And really, this is a game predicted that Goffstown should win. So we'll see what happens today. Anything can happen on any given Saturday.
Yeah, today is senior day for Goffstown, so we're honoring all the seniors, including Captain Jeremy Hinault, who's at the coin toss right now, and seniors, including myself. I was congratulated, I guess, and a little bit of a surprise.
Well deserved. I mean, you've spent many years covering Goffstown football as well as so many other sports. I think it's only right that you get honored. You've preserved the memories of so many players and families. So congratulations for that.
I was totally shocked. So big thank you to my dad, Adam McCune, along with my mom, Tammy Vizana. And we're going to see the coin toss here. And looks like they're talking to Concord.
Yeah, it's like Concord. Oh, they're redoing it?
Yeah, the ref didn't catch it. It hit the ground,
So due to COVID, we're in the studio once again. The reason being is that our press box really couldn't accommodate everybody to be outside. So we're inside. I'd like to say in an air-conditioned studio, but it's not air-conditioned. But it
is warmer than we were expecting.
Good. Yeah.
So it looked like Goffstown deferred the kickoff, and they're going to be going towards the end zone on the television's left side.
So, again, you can see a pretty sparse crowd in Goffstown. The reason for that is only home fans are allowed in Division I sports, and that's an agreement between all of the athletic directors that so we want to welcome all of those folks from Concord who are watching it on streaming today, whether it be Facebook or YouTube. We want to welcome you to the broadcast.
And the Goffstown fans that couldn't make it to the game today,
Exactly.
possibly in another state or just didn't want to go to a social gathering during these
Keep in mind
times.
that many Goffstown fans are not related to these players.
Yeah, so it's
because
hard
of that,
to get those cards.
They can't.
There's a lot of wind down at the field today, Scott, and we can hear it whipping just lightly, but it sounded almost like hurricane conditions earlier. It was
I would say it's
loud.
probably 20-mile-an-hour winds. No doubt.
And
but a really good day for football.
Yeah, but those 20-mile-per-hour winds won't help with Goffstown's already struggling special teams.
I would agree.
We're going to see how they come off with the kickoff right now. So we see Ethan Bradley lining up, who is another one of our seniors that was honored today. Checking both sides, and there goes the kick. That's much better than we've seen.
Yeah, it's one of his better kickoffs. And a real quick tackle by number 24 for Goffstown. And that would be Jeremy Hinault, the captain.
One of the senior captains that we just talked about. So very good special teams play. I think they heard me maybe talking about it and came out and had a very good special teams play to start off the game.
Well, there's no doubt that Goffstown has to work on their special teams. It's one of the areas that they need to improve upon. And on that play there, just a solid job.
Yeah, so we're going to see the defense come out here first for Goffstown. They had an incredible game against Alvern, allowing only one touchdown, and that was a garbage time touchdown, as we like to call it.
So the quarterback is Zach Doward. He's in the shotgun, and he as a whistle.
That's probably going to be a false start, yeah.
Yep, false start by Concord. So you have to forgive us, folks. We can't hear all the sounds, so we're doing this just like you are at home, hoping that you'll get audio. We don't have fancy-dancy audio on the field.
Yeah, so special thanks to Ty Gallagher, who's up alone in the booth today on this main camera, operating the scoreboard and the camera, and facing the bugs. There's a lot of bugs up there, Scott.
Yeah, I agree. So this will be a 1st down and 15.
See him line up in the shotgun again.
And that first play, which didn't last, was another handoff, and that's not really going anywhere. So there's a whole host of Grizzlies on the tackle. And good sportsmanship by Seth Osborne, picking a Concord player off the deck. And you'll notice that with these rules in place, the players touch the ball. They're the referee tells them where to put it. But unlike in most games where the referee places the ball, in this case, due to COVID, that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, I think in the Alvern game, the refs dropped down a note card or something like that to show where the ball should be.
You're seeing most of Goffstown's players are within that 10-yard box. And it's going to be a pass play, and that's going to be thrown out of bounds by Doward. And a good rush there. I'm trying to see who was on the top of our screen.
Good pressure from Uzi, and I believe that was Seth Osborne.
Yep, Seth Osborne, number 5, was in the backfield.
And Uzi Mpoyo, who Doward shook off, but he was the first to apply pressure there. And he had another one of those people with a great game against Alvern. He led that defense. He had some sacks. He had some tackles. He had some great open field plays.
Nice shot there by GTV. You could see Nate Belanger. He's playing nose. And number 77, George Pierce, next to him.
Matt Dalton on the edge,
and
too.
Dalton. And a long 3rd down. That's a pass over the middle and a fumble. And let's see if that is a recovered by Goffstown, number 19. Really great play. That was by Will Sasso.
Good hustle play by Will Sasso, and I don't think that one can be overturned because of the technology.
Let's see if we can get a replay on this one to see who caused that fumble. So it's a good pass over the middle, right over the linebackers. And then it was number 24, Hinault, with that tackle, loosened the ball up, and Sasso fell on it. So great field position as the Grizzlies get their first possession, probably around, the 35-yard line, I'm thinking?
Yeah.
A little more, 38.
Jeremy Hinault is having an incredible game already as his senior night. So we're going to see some other seniors come out here. Mike Levesque out at wide receiver along with Tyler Denton in at fullback. And we're going to see
a flag. It could be a formation penalty. Can't see.
Looks like Jarrett Hinault is clapping, so it may be an offsides.
Offsides.
It is an offsides.
This is a different formation with the fullback. We have not seen. So Denton is playing fullback.
We did see it a couple times, but instead of Denton, it was Cooper Flanagan at that tight end fullback. In between there.
So with that penalty, that'll bring up 1st down and 5. Gives you a whole variety of plays to call. Hinault in the shotgun, Picard to his right. Handoff to Picard, and he picks up about 3, maybe 4 yards. And he'll be close to what appears to be the 30-yard line. Goffstown is going up in the hurry-up, you'll see.
Yeah, he picked up those 3 or 4 yards, and then he picked up a Concord player, which he ran over. So good sportsmanship there by Zach Picard. So
yeah, nice tackle. That was by number 11, Kevin McDonough.
Quick snap from Goffstown. It's
a
pass
looks to throw.
Over the middle.
That's
going to be a touchdown. And that's Will Sasso, who recovered the fumble. So he had a hustle play on defense and then a touchdown on offense. Right away, coming out the gates, firing here for Goffstown. Easy touchdown, just a slant.
It was a play action, it looked like, which then froze the linebacker. Sasso goes into that gap, and he was wide open.
Yeah. So we're going to see Ethan Bradley, another the senior that we mentioned on kickoff. He's going to come out for the extra point, and that looked good from our angle, and it is.
And, you got to give a ton of credit to him. I mean, I know he's worked with another coach. So here's that play. And our cameraman got a little bit lost on that one, but
that's exactly what a play action should do. It should make you think you're running it, and then boom,
and here we go.
pass.
So it's a play action to Picard, and right over the middle. So where that linebacker would have been, he gets sucked up.
Yeah, he stepped up to cover the run. So
good play calling by, our coach, Coach Hammond,
Yeah.
it seems like he's kind of confounding the defense
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, superb job already. This is his third game as head coach, and he's done a great job. We're having some technical difficulties as we're seeing the signal coming from the field just lagging out a little bit. We've probably got some outside traffic going on or something like that. So we'll see it come back here. Little bit of data moshing if we want to go technical there.
And here's a shorter kick, higher in the air. And again, we're getting a little bit of a signal issue.
The hang time on this ball is incredible, Scott.
Really good. I don't think it's ever going to come down.
Great play by Ethan Bradley. We're going to see Concord trot back up in a great spot. In a great spot by the Goffstown special teams. They are deep back there.
So we're not sure what happened.
We're not sure what happened, which stinks. But thanks to our technical team, Adam McCune and Dave Steffen in the back there, getting that back real quick. Again, thank you to Ty, who's all by his lonesome out on the field. And then this secondary camera in Pena out there for GTV. So we're going to see Concord come out. Shotgun snap.
Another
run
handoff,
up
but
the
a big
middle.
gap up the middle. And when your safety has to make the tackle, that's never a good thing.
Especially on a run play. So it looks like the chains are going to move here for Concord as they get a little bit of field position advantage there. This is a really good run by number 9, who is Cody Rashid.
And the offensive line did a great job by Concord there.
Yeah, there was a huge gap up that
hole.
middle.
High snap. And the running back breaks it out to the outside, but peeks up 4 or 5 yards. That was number 9. That was Cody Rashid once more.
Yeah, he didn't look solid that first drive, but he comes back and he's had 2 pretty decent plays back to back. So
yeah, a little bit of a miss. Hanal had a little bit of a missed tackle there. There was 3 Grizzlies who couldn't really quite get him by the ankles. And I think for Concord, if they really need to establish the run, because you want to keep your defense. You know Goffstown has a good offense. You want to keep them off the field in motion. It's a jet sweep type play, but that gets quickly gobbled up by number 52. That's Mr. Dalton.
Matt Dalton, another senior. We're just going to keep calling him
Mr. because he's so big. I mean, when he was younger, you just call him Matt, but now he's Mr. Dalton. And oh my goodness, it's just like he got gobbled up there.
I believe he's measured in at 6'6", 6'7", somewhere around there. He's a big dude.
I know. That's like a hungry meal.
Yeah.
Guy.
And it's even better to see him standing right next to outside linebacker Uzi Empoyo, who is not the largest out on the field. So good little size comparison there.
So we got Mike Levesque down the lower part of your screen in press coverage, and he's going to draw a flag, unfortunately. He held a Concord player. So you're going to see a call on Levesque. So he was in. Hopefully we'll see this on the replay. We're having a little bit of signal issue.
Hopefully we can get that fixed up around halftime, folks. It's
so
out of our control.
Yeah. So Broden, Goffstown is trying to give different looks to the Grizzlies, but in that particular situation, unfortunately, there was a hold by Levesque.
Yeah.
3rd down and 8, and that was your replay right there.
Yeah.
Where
can't let that one happen if you're Levesque there.
Yep.
So
now again, hopefully we'll be able to get a live shot. Should be 3rd and 3.
We're still having some technical difficulties, so we apologize, folks, but it is out of our control at the moment. So probably have a little bit of connection issues. We've got a lot more people there probably connecting to the internet than we normally do, seeing as we're not normally having fans. So we're just gonna sit and hope for the best and let our technical folks do their job, and hopefully we don't get back to a score by Concord or anything.
Yeah. So early on, I mean, that was a really quick drive by Goffstown. Sasso picks up a turnover, and then he gets the touchdown.
And then he scores, and then he scores on offense, and he made the play on defense, and he scores on offense. he's already making a good chance for the game ball here, Scott. So we're going to come out here for Goffstown as we're going to see this secondary camera angle,
Long
a deep
throw.
shot, and that bounces at the feet of Aaron Duval.
Yeah, so they're going deep, and that's a good move for if you're the Crimson Tide. Try to soften up Goffstown, look for the run, and then throw a deep ball to, again, so that the safeties have to play back a little bit. And it looks like there was a blitz there that got picked up by number 73. That was Austin Wells, and then a deep ball to Tyler Clark Toy.
Scott, you talked about it earlier. You don't want to see your safeties coming up on the run, and it was a good move by Concord there to see a pass toward a safety, because now that safety isn't playing towards the run as much.
So here's a run play, and a nice tackle by two Grizzlies. That was Poyo and
Cody. Ryan Cody was there as well.
Cody.
Tackled by number 2, Ryan Cody, and number 11, Uzi Poyo.
So you see some more seniors out there. We've got Cooper
So this
Flanagan.
will be a punting situation now.
31-yard line.
And I can't read the number 9. Cody Rashid is the punter?
Number 9, Cody Rashid beat the punt for Concord.
I believe.
Number 7, Ken Perry, and number
Maybe.
9, Aaron Duval.
I think that's what it looks
Low
like. Low snap, but
and
there was a whistle that blew it dead.
See what happened there.
I think that's going to be an offsides on Goffstown. Looks like they're throwing their hands up, a little upset with themselves.
All right, if that's the case, they'll tack on 5 yards. It'll still be a first down.
No, that's a false start. It's
a
on
false
Concord.
start.
Okay.
That was a poor snap on Concord.
Honestly,
so
for
it would have been
Concord,
hard for Rashid. If you look at this, I mean, good job by Rashid just to get a hand on this ball.
that's got to be on the edge that they called that false start on. But yeah, that would not have been a fun one to punt. So if you're Concord, this has to be a good thing for you as it's blocked
every day of the week and recovered by Goffstown.
See, it doesn't really matter who is recovered
right.
here, because it's 4th down for Concord. So
And number 5, Seth
who came
Osborne.
blazing off that edge? Jeremy Hinault. Another
Hinault
great
with the
play
block,
by
and
Jeremy
looks
Hinault.
like
By Hinault, the recovery
number
by
5,
Osborne.
Seth Osborne, with the recovery. Again, it doesn't matter in that situation. But, yeah, Hinault comes blazing off that.
It doesn't even
side.
look like he blocked it with his hands. I think he jumped early enough that he blocked it with like his chest or his stomach. So great speed by Jeremy.
Good job by Goffstown special teams again.
Yeah. So something we talked about coming in today was Goffstown special teams and how they played. So it looks like they're already starting off quite well. We're going to see another flag. So today, there's been, I think, more flags called today than there have in the last 2 games.
All right, so we're going to go to a trivia question here while we're waiting. And so there are prizes from what I'm being told by the athletic department. So question number 1 is, who is the only senior starting offensive lineman for the Grizzlies who wears an odd-numbered uniform number?
This one should be easy to see.
This one should be.
And if you answer it in the YouTube chat, we'll have somebody contact you and tell you that you won your prize. Not sure what the prize is for this first one.
I'm not sure. I know there's gift certificates and gift cards, etc.
Yeah, Chipotle, all that good jazz.
2nd and 1.
So that's a 9-yard pickup on that pass over to Empoyo. And
Looks like he rolled ahead for a good chunk of yards.
He did. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 1. You got trips to the bottom part of your screen. Good shot of the line there. And a quick pass out.
That one's
And
going to be
he's
dropped,
dropped.
though. Looks like they were trying to do the same thing on the opposite side there with Uzi. And Uzi, we kind of call him this like speed runner. I don't think we give him enough credit for how well he can muscle through some tackle.
Yeah. All right, so it's still going to be a 3rd down and 1. And that's a run up the middle. That's going to be a touchdown for number 23, Picard. And that was almost too easy there. So the Grizzlies score once again on a run up the middle by Zach Picard on that read option. And kicking the extra point is Bradley. We await the snap. And
Great
that
kick.
one is good. So Goffstown jumps up to a 14-0 lead very early, about halfway through the first. And let's watch this play one more time. And the holes are just there. So just good blocking. Number 77, George Pierce, had a really good block on that one.
Yeah, so maybe we don't see the YouTube chat, but looks like we have an answer to a trivia question, possibly, if anyone hasn't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, so again,
number 77, George Pierce.
Yeah.
Speaking of number 77, we've got a good look at the Concord sideline here as our secondary camera
All right,
angle.
so we did get a correct answer. I'm informed by Mr. Huft.
There's the answer on your screen right now. Number
77,
George Pierce, who laid down a great block for that touchdown run. And Goffstown gets out to an early lead, 14-0, with 6 minutes into the first quarter. So is that going to be the story of today, Scott?
I think so. And I got to say, as I mentioned before, Goffstown is giving, some different looks on the offensive side. That's going to be an offside by Goffstown. If you see where the flag is, it's on the 40, which means that somebody might have jumped early there. And that's what happened. So it's a false start by Goffstown. You don't see it that often on a kickoff. It's just something that's not called all that much. A lot of times refs give it a little bit of leeway there.
So we're going to see a re-kick 5 yards back for Goffstown, and this kind of solidifies the message of, is special teams a place of need for Goffstown? So we'll see how well they can do with this extra yardage tacked on. Line drive kick, and that's a very good kick. And stopped. Oh,
nope,
no, they're on
their and
great jersey tackle there by Zach Picard. He stretched out Concord's breakaway player there.
Yeah, but you got to give credit to Matt O'Rourke on that. I mean, he broke like 2 or 3 tackles. And while we're a little stoppage of play, we're going to give you an update from last night's Bedford-Londonderry game.
All right, thanks, guys. Checking in on the scores from last night's action in Division 1 in the North. Bedford was at Londonderry. Now, we don't normally show these kind of highlights, but how about a field goal? Joe Michael, the quarterback, as many people know, he's had a talented career there. He kicks this one from 34 yards out. Bedford moves to 2-1 with a 26-7 victory over the Lancers.
So each team now has 1 loss, and that would be a very good win for Bedford over the defending state champs, the Londonderry Lancers.
So we missed that play. Let's get a replay on it. And it was looked like it was a run play by number 9.
Cody Rashid there to the outside.
And Cody's got some good speed.
He's got some great speed, but Aaron Duval caught up to him from that outside safety position.
Another handoff, but on that one, he breaks free.
He bumps into the inside and then breaks back to the outside. So really good vision there from Rashid. See another run by Rashid, but this time he stopped quickly. That would be Seth Osborne.
Was right on him.
Tackled by number 14, Cooper Flanagan, and number 2, Ryan Cody.
Looked like Cody and Flanagan were also around that one.
From the 43-yard line.
So the ball's now on the 43, so he goes right up the middle. And actually, that was all Osborne.
Yeah.
All Osborne.
We've had a lot of praise for Nate Belanger on that play. He actually got triple teamed, Scott. Yeah. He got off his block from 50 there, and then both of the nose guards pulled in and tripped him up pretty much.
3rd and 7. Going to be a pass play, and he gets sacked for a loss.
That's
so
Belanger
gets sacked
and
by
Cody.
Belanger was in on that one, and
Ryan Cody as well,
and Cody, and also I think
Matt Dalton was in the area.
This was not. It looked like there wasn't much going on this play. He's trying to roll out, but I
You
think
know-
what happened there was Empoyo kind of forced the issue. He wanted to like continue to roll to his
Yeah.
left, and he couldn't.
I think that also could be considered a coverage sack. His quick options down the field were not open, so good coverage by Goffstown causes a
Very
sack.
low punt.
And Duval's going to juggle this one, and we're
And
going to
we
see a
lost our signal.
little bit of a signal issue
So
again.
will he? Here's the trivia: will he get this ball back? If it's yes, text yes to only kidding to Justin Huft, our athletic director. So we're going to find out really quickly. So do you think it's a turnover, or do you think?
No, I
let's
think
see.
I think he secured that one.
He secured
and
it,
he did.
and you would be correct if
Yeah.
you said that.
We're gonna see if Huft can give me that $20 Chipotle gift card. I would
Yeah,
love
maybe.
that. Mr. Huff, I'm just as much of a hungry high school student as everyone else. Come on.
There you can see in the background the banners of seniors, of which you are one of them. I saw your mug up there.
Yeah, that was again great surprise there. I did not know that was happening, Scott.
So about the 33-yard line, Hinault in the shotgun. He throws it, and he had number 9 Duval wide open.
Just over his head, and that's a tough break for Goffstown there, but good play nonetheless.
One name that we haven't talked about was Jonah Lopez. I mean, Lopez has a ton of speed.
Yeah.
He's usually a player who gets a lot of touches. And again, we only have had, this is now Goffstown's third drive. But we haven't called his name yet.
Yeah, from the looks of it, from that shot that we had stuck up there for a little bit, it didn't look like he may not even be on the field, Scott.
So it's this play, again, we're hung up again, unfortunately, but it's a run play.
I believe that's Caden Perry who has
Inside
the ball.
handoff to Caden Perry.
All right, we're going to go back to trivia, and we got some color lines here. So that one looked like it was stopped.
Yeah, let's just see. So it's a 3rd down and 11. And Hinault will be in the shotgun with Picard to his right, and it's going to be a screen, and it's an interception. And he threw the ball really way up there.
Yeah.
And just wasn't a really well-executed play. So Concord with a great job there on that interception. Let's give credit to who got that one. So he just lollipops that up. And number 33, I think that was Devon Duncan.
Yeah.
With the interception. And yeah, that one was just lofted up too high.
Yeah, so I think, Scott, it may be a little bit difficult because he had the rush coming in his face, but
Right.
I also think that Hinault should have thrown the ball at Zach Picard's feet.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't be deemed like a intentional grounding or anything like that.
It was a play that probably he should have thrown away.
Yeah.
But he tried to make too much out of what was kind of a busted play.
And another flag here. This one's going to be a false start on Concord.
So this is a really critical situation at point of the game for Concord in the sense that they're trailing 14-0. They just get a key turnover. So it's really imperative for them to try to put some points on the board. And again, we apologize. We're getting a lot of frozen screens right now. Not sure why.
We'll hope to figure that out when we have our break here at halftime. We're not sure what's going on. We know as much as you do here, folks. So we're going to see. Again, you said it. Concord is down 2 scores. They've got really good field position off of a little bit of a breakdown from Goffstown. They need to put some points on the board here. Whether that's 7, whether that's 3, we're not sure yet. So,
well, luckily for us, a timeout was called. It looks like by Concord, which is a smart move by their coach because it gives them a chance to regroup, call some plays before, call potentially 2 or 3 plays in the huddle. Maybe you go, if I'm Concord, I go hurry up. You should got to keep Goffstown on their heels a little bit.
Yeah,
so
and this
Doward
defense
is going to be in a pistol type formation, and I think he's got Cody Rashid in the backfield with him, and it's a pass play all the way to the end zone here. Can't
we've
see
got someone
because
in front of the camera.
the camera, and that is broken up.
It's good play by Will Sasso.
So we have to send word up to Ty to let that gentleman know not to get in front of the camera.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why we're not up there,
Yeah.
Scott. Just because of space issues, we can't make it up.
The camera's
And that's great defense.
Yeah, really good jump ball
Really good
play.
defense. Who was that?
Will Sasso, I believe.
Yeah, that was excellent coverage by Sasso. That was textbook coverage, actually. 2nd and 15, another pass play. This one's going to go over the middle. And a great grab.
Catch.
Awesome catch.
I believe that's number 3, Clark.
Holy
Tyler
cow.
Clark Toy.
Tyler Clark Toy.
Yeah.
What a phenomenal grab. Let's get a replay of this one. So far, this is play of the game material here.
Clark Toy, he is a basketball player, and he shows his vertical strength there.
Look at this throw. Nice throw where only he can catch it. Look at the timing on this. Bam!
Yeah, incredible throw.
Awesome play. That's the play of the game so far. So that's going to be a first down for the Crimson Tide. And again, this is kind of a must drive for them. Again, in the shotgun. It's going to be almost a screen pass, but that gets scooped up by number 5, Seth Osborne. In on the tackle is Hinault from the safety position, so they didn't get much on that one.
Really good play again here as a defensive unit for Goffstown. We've seen a bunch of people making plays and all over the field.
From the 17-yard line.
And that's going to be a handoff, but there's a lot of Grizzlies there, and it didn't fool anyone, especially not my man Cody.
Yeah, and Uzi Mpoyo was right there.
So they were not faked out on that one at all. So 3rd down and 9, and this is going to be, arguably, 4th downs territory. And I think if you're Concord, you look that direction. Don't try to pick up all 12 yards here. Just try to get yourself in a good position where maybe it's a 4th down and 4, 4th down and 3. And again, I think you got to try to look for, your playmakers. So Tyler Clark Toy or, number 9, Rashid. That's another, he rolls out and throws out of bounds.
So that one was a throwaway there, but it looks like Concord actually has a dedicated kicker. And that's going to be number 6, Cavaro Madison. Cavaro Madison? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But they are going to line up in field goal position, Scott.
Really? That surprises me. This is going to be a long one.
Especially 4th and 12. If he's a
It's
dedicated
bad snap,
kicker,
and
that's good. No, that's going to be
That is
far right.
way to the right. So that is no good.
Yeah, that one's...
And just that ball hit the ground 3 times. Oh, I'm sorry, once, but actually a good grab by the holder on what was arguably a pretty poor snap. And it really does, when you talk about, football. Oh, let's look at this. So you got Coach Hammond wearing long sleeves on a 75-degree day. You got to question his judgment on that one. Hopefully his play calling is better than his clothing attire today.
Yeah, let's hope so, Scott. It is very warm out there. I was wearing a light jacket, and I was starting to sweat.
It was hot. So Goffstown takes over on downs. We want to thank, you see all these fans who are wearing masks to the game. That's one of the conditions of being on the stadium this year. I want to thank all of those fans for respecting others. And that's a handoff, but that gets quickly tackled by number 24. That would be Luke Champney for the Crimson Tide, in on a great tackle. So Goffstown has had its way on a lot of these run plays, but not on this one. And you'll see number 24 comes in. And actually, nope, I'm going to give credit to it's a lineman, number 73. That was Austin Wells, who actually grabbed him by the ankles first.
Going to see a pass play here from Goffstown, and
We'll really just run it,
got
and he's going to get tackled.
He tries to get it up to the line of scrimmage.
Going, but number 9, that was Cody Rashid, I think, was chasing after him. So Concord has done a good job changing the dynamic of this game.
That was number 5.
5.
Scott.
I apologize. So it's number 5. That would be Madison Cavrell.
Cavril
I
Madison.
apologize for mispronouncing your name.
Yeah, and I'm just realizing now I switched up 5 and 6. The kicker that went out was Jacob Plant. So there we see Cody Rashid coming off, who's
But
been
great job by the Crimson Tide defense there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a stoppage of play as the first quarter ends, and let's talk a little bit about that first quarter. So Will Sasso, he picks up a fumble recovery, and then a couple of plays later, it's a slant pass on a play action, and he scores.
Yeah, he also had a great defensive textbook coverage, we called it,
Right.
on a deep ball over here. So he's been playing really good.
Right. So far, right, Sasso has been really playing well for Goffstown, and I tell you, that's really what it takes in high school football. Is that yes, you're going to have your superstar athletes, but who steps up on a given week? And clearly, Will Sasso is one of those players.
Yeah. I think when we talked with Coach Hammond, I told him, I said, listen, Will Sasso has the hands. You go look back at it was the game against Salem last year in the playoffs. Freezing cold, probably around mid-30s. And I looked over at Will Sasso coming out barehanded, and he caught a touchdown pass in that game. Bare hands, no gloves, freezing cold day. And he still got it. So this kid's got some guaranteed hands, and it looks like he's got some wheels, too, as he ran one in for a touchdown. After the catch, that is.
So just a little, I was reading the Union Leader yesterday, and, one of the players, Harris, out of Nashua North, just probably, in my opinion, the best player in D1 last year and this year, I would say. And he got a scholarship offer to Dartmouth.
Dartmouth?
Yeah, Dartmouth. So, just congratulations to him. I know he's gotten 6 or 7 scholarship offers, but, man, he's just an unbelievable athlete. And, everybody that you talk to says that he's even a better person. So no doubt the future is bright for Curtis Harris.
3rd down and 10.
So it's a 3rd down and 10. You could believe it's 11. And so Hinault, we're getting the shot behind, which I kind of like this shot. And this is a pass play. And looks like we're frozen once again. So will we get a catch? That's today's trivia question, folks. If you look at the coverage here, there is a gap, but does the safety come over to help?
Yeah, there looks like there's a corner
cornerback
blitz.
is coming in. And we don't know what happened, but number 7
is coming back to the line of scrimmage with the ball.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be an incomplete pass.
So Caden Perry brings the ball back, but is it a penalty? Is it a false start or something that caused that? Not sure what where the ball's even spotted at this point.
This looks like punt formation.
Yeah.
They're coming out in punt formation here, so.
Picard is your punter, so that'll be a 4th down and 14, and he gets it off. Returning is number 3, I think.
Looks like he's going to go down to the likes of
number 5. It's number 5.
Cody,
that would be Gabriel
Schaefer,
Madison.
Perry and Flanagan were all in on that tackle. So looking at Concord's roster here, Scott, they don't have a whole lot of height in comparison to Goffstown, where we've got the likes of Matt Dalton and Antonio Capos. I think the tallest player listed on this roster is 6'1".
Yeah.
So we're going to see Concord's offense come back out, and high snap, and Cody Rashid's going to get it again, and he muscles forward for
4 or 5, right?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 yards. That one looked like it could have been stopped in the backfield, but Rashid, good play. This is going to be a 5-yard gain officially, and a really good recovery there from Zach Doward on that high snap. He jumped up to get that one. Looked like Matt Dalton had some extra words to say. He was pointing back at someone. As we're going to see come up Concord on 2nd and 5. Another relatively high snap, but this one is not going to be able to be
Yeah,
another
just a
4 or
ton
5
of Grizzlies
yard gain.
there for maybe a yard at best. So this will bring up a 3rd down and 4. And it looked like Flanagan was in on that tackle. But a good job by, look at Belanger. He slows everybody down
Yeah.
by gaining penetration on the line, and then the linebackers can kind of go in there and finish up.
Yeah.
So they're going to give it a 3rd down and 3. And I'll tell you, this is 4th down territory if I'm the Crimson Tide.
Oh, definitely, Scott.
Because you can't be, I don't think we're going to play a game of field position here.
No, especially when there's a 2-score lead.
And it looks like our signal is slow again.
We'd like to apologize. We're working right now to try and fix this issue, as we are just as in the know as you are. So.
And they're going to call a 1st down on that play. See, the chains are moving. So good job by the Crimson Tide to pick up a 1st down. And that's really what they have to do. Their job is to keep the Goffstown offense off the field. And they've done a good job on that. Their defense is clearly stepping up the last couple of drives. But now the offense needs to get some points on the board if you're Concord. High snap, and then it's going to be a run. Cuts it back up the middle. And poor missed tackles by Goffstown in number 9. That would be Cody Rashid. He picks up another 1st down.
So we're going to see Concord. They look like they're driving here, and we said it.
Well,
It was 4th down territory, but it looks like they don't even need to worry about 4th down.
Came up limping on that one, and he has been your playmaker for Concord. He's got tremendous speed, and not only that, he has a good eye, knows when to cut back. And that last drive, he was going towards the sidelines, and then he cut it up the middle, and he picked up another 7 or 8 yards with that cutback.
Yeah. He's a great player from what we've seen so far.
So Zach Doward in the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, picking up 3-4 yards. So, again, give credit to the offensive line for the Crimson Tide. They're getting a little bit of push. Jarrett Lamoureux, one of those offensive linemen, number 69, Hunter Jeffers as well. So give Concord some credit here. They've got the Grizzlies thinking twice on defense.
Yeah.
And let's keep in mind, too, Broden, that it's kind of a hot day for October.
It definitely is a lot warmer than everyone else.
Handoff. But on that tackle was, trying to see who made that. That was 14 for Goffstown. And
Cooper Flanagan.
Got to give Flanagan. He's done a really good job this year.
He's come up. He was the holder last year for special teams for Kyle Pennard, and he did a really good job with that. And now he's stepped up. He's got some. He's got
think
a
about
big
this too. You
special
got
teams.
number 51, Toby Halpern, and again, we don't have weights listed, but Toby has got to be giving up at least 50 pounds. So look at number 69 and Toby Halpern. And it's a tackle by Goffstown. So just that matchup alone,
Yeah.
Halpern to I'm telling you, maybe it's even more.
Probably. I'd bet and say it's more because number 69, Hunter Jeffers, is listed at a clean 300 pounds.
Yeah, and there's no. I mean, I think Toby Halpern, if he's 200, it's quite it's right around there, right?
I think he's probably 200 with a backpack on.
Okay, so he's given up 100 pounds.
And if you watch that last play, he got off the block quick.
I know. So that's where you have to use your technique, and also Toby's been in the weight room quite a bit. High snap again, handoff to the end, and a nice tackle by Hinault, who steps up from the safety position. If he doesn't make that tackle, that's touchdown city.
Yeah, Luke Champney was off to the races.
Let's see if he picks up a first. Where signal is frozen, and
yeah, they credited the first
they
there.
got
I think
a
that was a
first
little
down,
bit
so
more than 3
really
yards.
nice drive by the Crimson Tide here with under 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. And this is really big for Concord. If they can get a touchdown right now, that's a handoff up the middle with a spin. So Empoyo had him, and I don't know who that was. We got a a player who's calling out here. He's hobbling off, so hopefully he'll be okay. Maybe just got dinged up a little bit. And there's your crowd shot of Goffstown. Again, mostly these are your parents and relatives of Goffstown players, because Division I has decided that there will not be any away fans. So with that, looks like we've got a timeout at Grizzly Field. And I'll tell you, so far, football is like so many sports, it's a game of momentum. And I think, Goffstown came out super strong in that first quarter. But since that time, I would have to say that the Crimson Tide has responded resoundingly to say, you know what, we're not going to be, giving you these touchdowns anymore. And they stopped Goffstown on a couple of drives. They got that turnover on that screenplay. But more importantly, on the offensive side of the ball, they're chewing up clock, Broden. And this is a very long drive and a time-consuming drive. If they can put 7 up here, different ball game.
Yeah, definitely, Scott. It is a really beautiful day. It's a nice temperature, clearish skies. I went apple picking today, and it felt weird.
You went apple picking today?
Yeah, I did, early in the morning.
Oh, I was going to say. The day was not that long.
No, yeah. It felt weird because it was so warm for apple picking. Normally, you're supposed to be like huddling up in a little sweater with your pumpkin spice latte for
I hear ya.
For an apple picking day. So I think this timeout is due to an injury that we were talking about there, and I believe that was Concord center that was coming out of the game. So that's a big hole to fill.
Yeah, anytime if that was what, number 50,
I believe it was number 50.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dougie Smith.
Dougie
I love
Smith.
that name, Dougie. Yeah, you're right. With a snapper, it's one of the most important things is that exchange between the center and the quarterback. And there was some difficulties there. To give Zach Doward some credit, there's been a lot of high snaps.
Yeah. It also looked like, just looking at him on the field and then looking back down at my stat sheet, their center is listed at 5'9", 175.
Yeah.
That's not a very big offensive lineman. So in comparison, our center, Nate Belanger, if I'm guessing, I'd say Nate's probably 6'2", 6'3", way more than 175.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably a good 240, 230, right? He's a pretty big boy.
Yeah.
So we've got a 2nd down and 10 on that injury. And
we're seeing these technical difficulties. We're again going to apologize. We're sorry, folks. Especially on a senior night, this is not what anyone wants, and we're trying to actively fix this problem. But, again, we're going to go back to the situation that Concord is in here. They're down 2. They've had a couple chances to get down and score some points. So this is critical time, especially with half of a quarter left. So
you got number 4, Matt O'Rourke in the bottom part of your screen, or to the left of your screen. It's going to be a handoff to number 24, and who was that?
Oh,
like
my
Dalton?
goodness. Dalton just threw him down with one arm.
Yeah, Dalton just grabs his jersey and throws him down like he's just like a wet towel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just grabbed his jersey and tossed him.
He's that strong.
He's very strong. I believe he was in the championship for states for wrestling.
Okay.
So him and Jarrett Hinault were both there. That we had some other ones on the team who have been in wrestling, so they used that in the off season to improve on their skills here.
So a 3rd down and 9, real important play for the Crimson Tide. They've got 3 receivers to the left, and he's going to roll out, and he can't make the throw, unfortunately. That pass was intended, I think it was for Matt O'Rourke, number 4.
It wasn't any stellar coverage. They weren't locked up. There were people
the
around
problem
him,
is
but
that
it was just a bad throw.
Any quarterback who's rolling out to the left, and then you have to fire a throw on the run and have it a precision throw, I mean, that's hard enough for
if you're
throw quarterback, much less a high school one.
If you're throwing in the direction of your throw, you have to kind of lighten up on your throw because you're already using your momentum moving towards it that you're not normally accounting for in a standard pocket.
So this will bring up a big 4th down and 9 for the Crimson Tide. Will they be able to score here? Dowling, and he throws it, and it is dropped by number 24. So Doward had a good throw, but unfortunately number 24 couldn't corral, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Scott,
under
correct me
5
if I'm
minutes.
wrong. That was 4th and 9, correct?
Yes.
That was a 4th and 9. I don't think that play gets farther than 3 or 4 yards, even if he does catch that ball. So I think that was – I don't think it was a great play, but I think there was going to be possibly a worse outcome if he did catch the ball.
Right.
He could have turned around and another fumble could have been forced. It could have been
Now
a
the
scoop and score.
Grizzlies are going to come out, but they're going to be starting off at their 10-yard line or something?
Like
15?
15.
15. So you got to be careful here. You don't want to turn the ball over and give Concord another stab at this thing. So Picard takes it. He goes right up the middle, and he keeps rumbling and stumbling, and he picks up almost a first down there. And let's see if they give it to him. They are going to give him a first. So that'll be a first down, and we're going to do a score update from our studio.
And last night, the game from Exeter and Central. Exeter picks up their first win on the season. We see a 7-yard run here from Yuli Ellis as they go up 35-7 over Manchester Central.
So Central is 0-3, something we talked about earlier in the program. Memorial, 3-0.
Yeah.
The shocker to us all, the 2 undefeated teams right now, Memorial and Goffstown.
And we're going to see Central. We're going to be going to Central next week, and then we're going to come back here to Goffstown to play Memorial. So I wonder if it'll be a battle of the 4-0s.
Possibly.
Hinault in the shotgun. He's looking to throw. A lot of time.
Steps up in the pocket.
And,
Caden Perry
that was
almost
intended
had a
for,
chance at that.
for Caden Perry. And speaking of which, Caden Perry, it's his birthday today. A big 17th birthday to Caden Perry. And that ball was a little bit ahead of him.
So, Scott, you look at this. You had 2 receivers almost on top of each other, causing 2 defenders to be right in the way. So you have to wonder, was there miscommunications on
I
the
think so,
receiver's
because
part?
they should not have been in the same area. Hinault steps back, another throw over the middle, too high.
So he also has
And
to
that
remember
was to
that he is
Sasso.
throwing to Will Sasso, not Odell Beckham Jr., someone who can make those
Right, but
40-inch jumps with crazy.
the story
hands.
here is a 3-and-out. I'm sorry, well, it's not a 3-and-out. They had a first down, but so Goffstown picked up that one running first down,
and then went to the pass.
Right. So then it does. You do have to wonder: are we abandoning the run too quickly here?
Yeah.
Now, because now we're turning the ball over to Concord with a punt.
And they have a chance at like a 4-minute type play here.
Yeah. Good snap and a nice punt by Picard. Calling a fair catch is Concord. That was, I think that's number 4, Matt O'Rourke.
Yeah, that one's going to be at the 40 for
And
Concord.
They'll take over at their 40-yard line with under 4 minutes to play, and Goffstown leading 14-0. The story, though, right now is momentum. And Concord has done a great job on the last 3 offensive drives by Goffstown. Concord has stymied them. So if you're the coach at Goffstown, you got to start thinking about, what are we got to mix something up because they've seen our recipe.
Yeah, so you also can't abandon anything. We're still in the first half, and as much as you can say that, maybe they know what we're doing, Concord still hasn't been able to stop them on those first 2 drives. So you have to kind of make a good mix of some new plays and some old ones.
And that's a handoff to number 9. He breaks a tackle. He picks up 6 yards. And finally taken down, looks like by Flanagan and Sasso. And bring up a second and a long 4.
6 yards of the play, 2nd and 4 from the Crimson.
And what I'm seeing from the Crimson Tide is that they're starting to wear down Goffstown's defense a bit. I mean, in the beginning, they were lucky to get 1 or 2 yards off the ball. Now they're picking up 3, 4, 5 yards.
Yeah, Cody Rashid has been really good so far.
Quick throw out to the flat. Beautiful play by number 24. That would be Luke Champney.
And that's the first completed pass, I believe.
I think I gave it to the wrong guy. Isaiah Turner, maybe? I'm trying to see who got
No, I think that was 20. It's either 24
I
or
wasn't
22.
sure if it was number 22. And that's a first down for the Crimson Tide. And I really like that play because Goffstown was playing like 10 yards off the ball. And he just literally threw like a quick 5-yard out for a first down. Handoff, and Dalton gobbles that one up. No problem.
Yeah, it was a great play by Dalton coming quickly off that edge.
Yeah, it looked like it was a Champney who I think lost, close to 3 yards on that play.
Yes, we're going to call it a 2nd and 13 for the down and distance. So I think Concord does the same thing. They get some hand signals, and then the quarterback tells the team.
Yeah, but they've got to speed this up a little bit, this offense. I mean, you can't be going back into the huddle as much as they are.
So the 4-minute offense is like essentially a 2-minute offense wasting time.
Yeah.
So they're trying to drain the clock here, Scott. He's got space and a blocker, but that blocker sheds easily.
Yeah, but on that one, Cody came right in and just finished him off, and someone's hurt on that play, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's going to be Doward. That's going to be Doward, I believe, was down. So that's a key loss. I believe so.
All right. So we don't typically show an injured player. That's not what we do here at GTV, and hopefully whoever is on the field is better. So we're going to get a scoring update right now from our studio.
And last night, the game from Exeter and Central. Exeter picks up their first win on the season. We see a 7-yard run here from Yuli Ellis as they go up 35-7 over Manchester Central.
Scott, we've been talking about it. It's a beautiful day here in Goffstown. It's nice. We've got those evergreens. We don't see a whole lot of color change there.
The only green that I'm seeing is the green from the studio here.
Yeah.
So speaking of green, you see the grass?
Yeah, the grass
the field?
looks great.
You know, the turf was just I don't think I've ever seen it, that nice. Have you?
Yeah. No, it looks really good.
And maybe because we haven't been playing a whole lot of sports on this game field. But it was crazy how beautiful it is. I think the word would be verdant. That's your SAT word.
My SAT word. I do take the SAT this
Verdant. Verdant.
Verdant.
I want you to remember that one.
Oh, yeah. Then we're going to see.
So we're going to see the backup quarterback for at some point. So Zach Doward looks like he hurt his leg,
lower
either
body,
knee or ankle. He's not putting much weight on it. So that's going to be a hardship there for the Crimson Tide, no doubt.
I believe we're going to see Will Algren come in. That's who's listed at the other quarterback.
So he's a senior, number 7?
Yeah, I believe that's who we should see come in. But it looks like Goffstown's going to get a little extra time as they're still trying to deal with whatever happened on that last play. So going to see the huddle here for Goffstown. This defense has been really good just the past game and a half.
The defense has played very well, and noticeably absent is Antonio Capos. He hasn't played in the first 3 games, and unfortunately Peyton Strickland is out. So Goffstown gives up a lot on the offensive side, but you don't have Strickland. Strickland went to town against Bedford first game of the season, and I call him the man-child. He just looks like he was just a cut above the rest of D1 in terms of people being able to guard him and especially tackle him, and so he's out. So we wish him and his family all the best in terms of his recovery. And Antonio, I'm not really sure what his status is, but he's another force on the Goffstown, both on the defensive side of the ball in terms of playing a defensive end role, but also on the offensive side of the ball. He's 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah, he's big, and his combination with him and Matt Dalton last year was key to that defense.
So right now Toby Halpern is filling in for Antonio and Goffstown, and he's doing a great job. He's holding his own. I mean, you saw before, we're talking about easily an 80 to 100 pound difference of weight on the guy that he's going up against, and Toby has certainly held his own. And I think with Toby, Not only is he super strong, but you mentioned it before, it's his footwork
Yeah.
that is helping him.
So, Scott, would you, and everyone at home, you want to hear a crazy stat?
Sure.
According to New Hampshire Sports Page, they keep a lot of the stats from around the state and stuff. Peyton Strickland, through week 2, was still the leading receiver, even though he didn't play in week 2.
Yeah.
No one had more yards than him in week 1 in weeks 1 and 2 combined.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, in that game, and again, Bedford is no slouch. I mean,
No.
they just beat Londonderry. Londonderry had 14 straight wins, and Peyton Strickland, he ate them up.
Yeah.
So it's a long 3rd down and 15, and you're probably going to have some sort of a draw play here with a brand new quarterback, and offsides by Goffstown. So good job by number 7. That would be Will Algren, who looks like
I don't know. The refs are talking this one over.
Really?
I don't think this is
it looked like
as
it was
obvious as
Goffstown who
we
jumped
think it may be.
from my angle, but we'll soon see. Maybe Algren gave him a hard count, and they're talking it over. And let's see what the call is. We get a zoom shot here. Oh, they're going to call it on offense. So that'll be a false start, I guess, on the Crimson Tide.
So let's see a replay here. See
see.
who we can pin jumping.
3rd and 20 from the Crimson Tide, 41.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
top
wide
of your
receiver
screen.
on the far
wide
side.
receiver, but did Goffstown over the neutral zone before that? Tough one. High snap, and that is going nowhere.
So Scott, I'm not sure how good of a player Will Algren is, but I'm going to guess that the backup quarterback coming out means that we're going to see a lot of run from Concord.
Yeah.
4th down,
And that's, one of the things that if I were the coach of Concord, I'm like, you got to talk to your center. Got to calm down. You got to give your quarterback an opportunity and your running back. We talked about this when Goffstown had these struggles a year or 2 ago with their snapping. When you have a high snap, that fraction of a second where to bring the ball down, it really hurts that read option or it screws up your handoffs.
Yeah, and the center kind of knows it too when they have a bad snap. So that could also create a gap for the rush up the middle.
So we got a stoppage in play here, and you're looking at the Goffstown sideline.
So during our 7-on-7 sessions at Gill Stadium in the off-season, I talked with Aaron Duval. He's wearing the same gloves that his brother did
No way.
while he played here at Goffstown, while Andrew Duval was the Gatorade Player of the Year. He's wearing the same gloves. We're going to see a punt here from Concord, and they've had some struggles with their punts, and that looks like a good snap.
That is a
and
good kick.
Good kick down, and
Fair catch at the 30.
called for.
So I know we've got some more trivia questions, but we're going to hold off until the 3rd and 4th quarter. We've got 3 more to come your way. We're going to hold off until then.
And those are some prizes. They get better and better as we go
Right.
on.
I mean, listen,
so
we don't want people getting all these prizes in the first half and then tuning off, and which you wouldn't anyway. It's a 14-0 game right now in Goffstown. So again, we want you to hang on, and we're going to give you at least 2 to 3 more trivia questions for some prizes throughout the rest of the game.
at the Goffstown 45-yard line.
Oh, there looks like there's going to be a call for roughing the kicker on Goffstown.
Really?
Yeah, I just got word from Ty, who's down on the camera. There was a call for roughing the kicker, so it's probably running into the plant foot of the punter.
And so they're taking over on down. I mean, so they keep the ball first
so they
down.
keep the ball, yeah. And I
Missed
believe
that
that's
one.
a 15-yarder.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why they're so far
That's
up.
a personal foul. Handoff. And he could break free, and really great run. And now we're going to get that's usually a holding when it comes in from,
Carry, tackled by Seth Osborne.
let's see what happens. So Osborne with the tackle, and usually it's a hold, but
Yeah,
it is a hold. So that's going to come back. And in football, it's 10 yards from the infraction. So let's see where that happened. Let's see who did the
I'm
holding.
going to guess that's going to be on the nose guard, or the guard who came up. No, that's going to be probably 11, who was on Uzi and Pollo.
Get one more replay
Yeah,
here.
let's watch it here.
From midfield.
Yeah, that arm,
Yep.
on the
Yep,
shoulder
yep, yep.
there. You just can't do that if you're
Yeah,
blocking.
so that hold will be 10 yards from the spot of the actual holding penalty. And let's get our down and distance. You're right. Look at the center for Concord. He gives up a ton of weight. So it'll be a 1st and 15. High snap again to number 11, but who was on him? Like
That's
right off the bat.
Uzi and Pollo came off
Uzi,
the edge.
yeah.
And you know what? He gets a little bit of revenge there. He got that holding call last play, and then they go right back to 11, who got the call. And Uzi,
Now-
who is the, obtainee of that call, gets the tackle.
If you're Goffstown, why aren't you calling timeouts? Can you tell me that?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one, Scott.
I don't
You've
understand.
got a minute
because
left.
it's a 1st and 15, and I think he lost about 5 yards on this play, and he did lose 5 yards. So why wouldn't you? Now it's a 2nd down. I just don't get it. Call timeouts.
I think Hammond may be just saying, I'm content.
Oh, that's going to be a bad snap over the head of the quarterback, and recovered by the Crimson
quarterback.
Tide.
So, yeah, this one's there's going to be a timeout here by Goffstown.
Well, why bother? Now it's like 13 seconds left.
And that's going to set them way back. They were already at 3rd and 19. Now they're going to be back there for probably around 30 to go.
So they did call a timeout, Goffstown. But so what do you do in this situation? So it's 3rd down and forever, right? It's got to be like, what, 3rd down and 30?
Yeah.
25 at least.
At least.
So do you just be content with your 14-0 lead, play it safe, play like a prevent D,
Yeah.
or do you go bonkers and go for a blitz and try to get a turnover?
What I think here is we come out with 2 middle linebackers most of the time. I think we send one on a blitz and one to just cover that middle of the field. I think that would be a safe play by Goffstown.
So it's 3rd and 30. So it's like 3rd and forever.
Yeah.
And if I just take the ball, that's exactly what Concord is doing, is what I would do here.
Yeah, they're just going to
Yep.
walk to the
And
sideline.
that'll do it for the half.
Yeah.
So that will be your first half, folks, with Goffstown with a 14-0 lead, and really a great first quarter for Goffstown. But after that, it's kind of been Concord's defense who has stopped Goffstown. And also Goffstown, the play calling has been suspect in the sense that they've abandoned the run a little too early, in my opinion. They're going for some deep passing routes.
Well, hopefully
which
Coach
have been
Hammond is
broken up.
tuning in right now so he can know what to
I
do.
doubt that he is. I really do doubt that he is. Maybe somebody else is, but he's not. So with that, they don't go into any locker rooms now because that's what they're not allowed to do. They have to stay on the field. And we will come back, and you'll join us for the second half of football. Take care, folks.
Thank you.
Number 24, Captain Jeremy Lenore, in his 4th year with the program. And number 3, Captain Jeremy Lenore, in his 4th year with the program. Grandparents Gloria and Russell. Number 12, Maddox.
It's a video.
Oh, it's a video. Oh.
Walking with his parents, Devin Hart and Pauline Hart, and his brother Marcus. Number 14, Cooper Flanagan, in his 4th year with the program. He'll be walking with his parents, Bobby and Bud Flanagan, and grandparents, John and Gail Flanagan, along with sister Tanya Flanagan. Number 23, Captain Zachary Picard. In his 4th year with the program, he'll be walking with his parents, Stacy Picard and Derek Picard. in his 4th year with the program. He'll be walking with his mother, Cindy Gagnon, father, Matthew Denton, grandmother, Heidi Gagnon.
It's a video.
Number 52, Matt Dalton, in his 4th year with the program. Matt will be walking with his parents, Tom and Marlene, and sister, Caitlin. Number 75, Ethan Bradley, in his 2nd year with the program. He'll be walking with his mother, Tiffany Shaughnessy, father, Marco Bradley, his brother, player Owen Bradley, sister Isabella Bradley, and grandfather Jim Johnstone. Number 76, Captain Nathan Belanger, in his 4th year with the program. He'll be walking with his parents, Kendra and Scott Belanger. Number 77, George Pierce, in his 4th year with the program. He'll be walking with his parents, Jeff and Tammy Pierce.
I'm not sure.
Take ownership of you. In his 3rd year with the program, walking with his mother, Jennifer Beard, stepfather, Dana Sealy. Manager, Gabrielle Halpern, in her 2nd year with the program. She will be walking with her parents, Al and Kristen, and her brother, player, Toby Halpern. Manager, Lisa Vickery, in her 2nd year with the program. She will be walking with her dad, Bill Vickery, and sisters, Sarah and Lauren. Member of our GTV broadcast crew, Broden McCune. Worked 4 years on the GTV crew. You'll be walking with parents Adam McCune and Tammy Bazana. Cheerleader Jasmine Kilgore, in her 3rd year with the Goffstown cheer team. Walking with her Aunt Shannon, Uncle Mark, cousin Jacob Stappier, and Michaela Stappier. And cheerleader Lonnie McNurse, in her 4th year with the Goffstown cheer team. She will be walking with Coach Megan Clipner. How about one final round of applause?
All right, and we're back for second half action. Concord will kick off to Goffstown as we start the second half. Goffstown leads 14-0. And
Short
a very
kick.
high short kick.
Recovered perfectly. No juggles or anything.
Yeah,
for
it looks
Goffstown.
like Goffstown's going to start off at the 45-yard line. So awesome field position for the Grizzlies. As
That
they,
was Zach Picard who caught that one, I believe.
that was just a real short, high kick.
It looked like he almost got away with that one. He was just tripped up right at the end. He almost took that one to the house, Scott.
So I did have a chance to see Zach Doward, and he looked okay. So I don't think it's anything too serious for those who are watching in Concord. He looked all right. Might not be playing today, but so this is Picard with the handoff, and he's got a lot of room. He bounces it to the outside, and he goes out of bounds, but before he probably picks up another first down. So he goes about the 41-yard line of Concord, and just a really nice play by the Grizzlies. And that's really what I think they have to do. So as you'll see here, he bounces it out. Really great block there.
Really good blocking by Will Sasso. He lets
and
Zach get
Duval
around
had a
him.
nice block, number 9 on the interior.
We're going to see another run, this time by Jarrett Hinault.
But he didn't get much. So he keeps it and maybe picks up a yard at best, bringing up a second down and 9.
So, Scott, these two teams have traded home and away games over the past couple of years. Last year it was away. This year it's home. So I don't know if you remember anything from that last year's home game, but it was an interesting experience.
I believe last year it was our story for Concord was Karen. And nice run by Hinault.
Wow, what a run by Hinault.
And he does a spin. So our story last year was we go and we were trying to establish a camera shot, and we were there, and then a woman just stands up like right in front of us, and it was kind of crazy.
And it was even crazier because we couldn't get into the press box, and we had some other fun stuff. But
so that's going to first down for Goffstown. Hinault's in a passing position. This is your favorite type of screen, but he bounces it to the outside, and that's Caden Perry.
The birthday boy.
Do we got a picture of Caden? I'm just curious. If not, I don't know, Adam or Dave, if you're in the
no, we don't, Scott. So we're just gonna keep it going. But this year we're back home at Goffstown, and we're up in our GTV Sports booth. So real nice camera angle, nobody in front of it. So good to know.
So it's a second down and about 4 yards, and that will be Picard. He bounces it to the outside. He could go all the way to the house.
He's gonna go all the way to the house, and he takes a little hop, skip, and a jump into the end zone.
Zach Picard with another touchdown today, and he just bounces that to the outside, and there was nobody around. That was just really good blocking by the Grizzlies. So they pick up another touchdown. So that's what they did in the first quarter. So just a nice job there. Let's see. They have a new kicker. No, same kicker?
Yeah, that's
so many
the,
guys
that's
on
the
the
same
field
kicker.
right now. They have to wait.
That's Ethan Bradley, but that one is good.
It's good.
That one looked like it was a little far right, but I guess it is good.
So here is your replay, folks. So Picard goes around his offensive line, and he just springs it.
Great downfield block from George Pierce, who picked up that middle linebacker who was coming across the field.
Yeah, Adam Leidick also had a nice block there as well.
So the tackle and the guard from that side of the line, they made a great play.
So very quickly, with less than, a minute and a half, Goffstown puts up 7 points. And let's see who's the quarterback. It's got to be the backup.
Yeah, 7 there is out.
Right.
But this is also kickoff, so I'm not sure if you'd want to put your quarterback in on kickoff.
If he's accustomed to playing special teams,
I guess you kind of got to keep.
You kind of have to. But I do happen to agree with you that you got to be careful because you don't want a cheap shot. When I say a cheap shot, I mean an inadvertent tackle or block that really knocks out your second-string quarterback.
Because then you turn to someone like the kicker or the punter or somebody that played in 7th grade or something like that. So we're going to see a kick here from Bradley. That's a high. That one had a spiral on it, Scott.
Yeah, that one I liked because it bounced. And anytime the ball bounces in that second level, anything can happen.
Yeah, Aaron Duval was right down there by
Let's watch
by
this
the ball.
one again. It's like intentional. It's like a quasi onside kick.
Yeah, look at Aaron Duval coming down with
Yeah,
the
so-
speed. If that would have taken
Yeah,
one more bounce.
that's my point. So if you're not going to kick it deep, that's not a bad route to go.
Yeah.
So you're going to see, like I said, Halpern, Belanger, and Dalton as your front three. Your quarterback is number 7, Will Algren. High snap again, inside handoff to number 11, and he picks up a first down. Really great play by Kevin McDonough.
So I think we talked about him a little bit in the first half. Jeremy Hinault having a really good game on defensive special teams. He's one of those guys that gives up some pounds, but watch him on the tackle. He's a fundamental tackler. He gets just about everyone down. Like, he gives up some pounds there on number 11, but
Yeah,
he got him to the ground.
I think Uzi was the one who made the tackle here.
No, I think Hinault had him as Uzi was down there, as we can see from that great angle from Aiden.
Good shot by our cameraman. And here we go. Can they get a block?
Cody Rashid to the outside, and he makes
does,
a move.
And he picks up a lot of extra yards before being taken down by Duval, but he bounced it out. And if he didn't do that, he would have had a loss. But he picks up, what, about 7 or 8 yards. He's almost near a first down.
Yeah, he's got some great turning the
right
quarter
here
speed.
Is where he stiff arms Levesque, and then Duval has to come clean it up. But that's after he picks up about 9 yards.
In sports like football, I think there's a difference between like vertical and lateral speed,
Yeah.
and it looks like Rashid's got some great lateral speed.
But
He can
Levesque
move
did what he
around.
had to do there in the sense that he forces him to the outside.
Yeah,
But Rashid just has great speed, and he's able to bounce it out.
so it looks like there's something taking some time, and I think right now may be a great time for some trivia. So we're gonna wait for the graphic to come up, and we'll see the question. Just waiting on the graphic here for trivia.
We'll wait
as
until
we're
the
gonna
next-
wait for the
next-
play to end. High snap again, but Rashid's going to get it,
Be a
and he's
first
just going to
down
power forward.
and some more.
We literally just said stuff about his speed, but he just powered through a couple
So I
runners.
was wondering if our studio can bring up our next trivia question today. Put that up on a graphic for us.
Yeah, so who scored the first TD for the Grizzlies in Coach Huff's coaching career?
Well, first
at
of all,
Goffstown?
that was so long ago that the guy's probably has grandchildren. So let's see. The first touchdown for the Grizzlies under the Coach Huff era. Huh.
Which recently came to a close.
Which did.
As Hammond is, Coach Hammond is now
High
taking the job.
snap. And quickly, Uzi is in
Wow,
there. That's
Uzi
a loss
and
of
Poyo.
10 yards. So, again, really high snap for the quarterback, Will Algren, who did a great job just to get a hand on this thing. Look how high up it is.
Look at this shot, Scott.
But that's a good job by him, but he couldn't corral it. And then Uzi
Great tackle.
right in there. That's one thing I noticed with Uzi. His tackling is
Yeah.
so good.
A lot of these smaller guys on our teams, they're really good with these fundamental.
Yeah, but he tackles so well. You rarely see a missed tackle. So, again, if you have an answer to that trivia question, I think they have to, what, text it in? Or?
No, it's in the YouTube chat.
It's in the YouTube chat. Okay. And it's a pass play over the middle to number 11, who picks up about 10 yards. So it is lost on the other play. That's number 11. I apologize.
McDonough.
Kevin McDonough. And this is a really nice play and a good throw by Algren. So, quick throw to a very tall Algren, who is 6'1", 6'2".
So, Scott, something I like about that play is he's registered as a tight end, but he lines up like inside the line, and it looks like he's going to come out as a blocker, and he's kind of left uncovered.
I would think Belanger would have his way with the center. He's got to give up like so many pounds there. And then, so good job by Rashid. He bounces that out, and he almost broke free.
But his forward momentum's going to be stopped, and I don't know if you caught that, Scott. Did you see what Rashid did at the end of the play to
Yeah,
Will
he kind of
Sasso?
pushed off on Sasso a little bit.
And his momentum was stopped, so it was not necessary at all. If that happens again, I could see a flag coming out for Goffstown, as it's just cut off at the end of the replay.
So
there.
fourth down and 6. The Concord has to go for it. They're trailing 21-0.
3 touchdown.
You have
3
to.
touchdowns.
And again, it's what is it, the 35-yard line? So makes sense to go for it. This will be a design rollout.
Cooper Flanagan is on his heels, and he gets
He's
blocked,
going to get it.
But
great hustle play, and he's close. He's going to get a first down.
yeah,
What a nice play by Algren.
He made
design rollout.
he made a hop for the first down.
It's like
that
he
is.
hurdled for that one. Look at this, folks.
So good play here by Rashid, who just actually ended up getting pushed into Flanagan, who was on the
what
heels.
a beautiful run by Algren.
29-yard line.
He
So
carried
he
the
does get
ball
the
like a
first
loaf of bread, though, on that one.
Yeah,
Got to be
that's-
careful.
Those Goffstown defenders are
The
ready to
loaf
poke
of
it out.
Panera bread.
Panera.
Yeah, you like Panera bread, right?
Yeah, Panera bread is good, but
Yeah.
their mac and cheese is superior to their bread, Scott. I'd say Wonder Bread.
First and
Wonder
10,
Bread is a good.
handoff up the middle, and he bounces it out, and guess who's there? Uzi with the tackle finished by Duval.
So we talked about what Rashid did at the end of the play to Will Sasso there. It looks like teammate Aaron Duval got the best of Rashid there and kind of gave him a little bit of a shove
Rashid has
back.
played super well for the Crimson Tide, and he's pretty much, he was dragging Uzi, and Duval has to come in and kind of finish him off. So it'll be a 2nd and 13. The ball is around the 40. Again, we're in the studio. We can't see the yard markers as best as we'd like to.
Rashid has his jersey tucked all the way up. I think the refs should note something about that, because it does not look like he's wearing number 9. It looks like he's wearing
we
0.
got a time out.
Timeout, Concord.
So Concord calls a timeout. I wonder if anybody has, let me check my smartphone here to see if anybody has come up with an answer there.
All times, unless consuming food or drink. During the base coverage,
So who scored the first touchdown for the Grizzlies in Coach Huff's coaching career at Goffstown?
Scott, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's about 28 years ago now.
No, not quite.
42.
So the answer is Alex Duval, and who is the older brother
Of
Aaron,
Andrew and
Aaron.
Aaron.
Right, exactly. So the first of the 3 Duval brothers who have done very well here at Goffstown High School. So it's not that long ago. But it
No,
just
it's
seems
not.
like
I believe
when you look at how much now its athletic director Huft has aged over that short period of time, that's probably why we think it's been 20, 25 years. It's
Probably.
probably only been like, what,
I think it's about 9
8
years.
or 9.
Yeah,
right?
8 or
But it
9.
just seems much, much longer. And I think athletic director Huft does watch some of these games afterwards, so we do have to watch what we say
I think
about
he's
him. There
watching-
is some degree of censorship here with Coach Huft, so you have to be careful.
We also do have to admit this is happening because of Coach Huft. He does so much for the school, for GTV too.
Yeah, we just.
And the
and
only
you're
reason
right.
why sports are happening and why broadcasts are happening is because of the work Huft puts in.
High snap again. It's going to be a pass play, but
Oh
it's going to
my
be a
goodness.
sack. Ouchie.
That's a rough one for Algren there, as three rushers for Goffstown were
if we
left
get an instant
completely
replay,
unblocked.
If we get a replay on this one, it's like,
You got Cody up the middle, you got Uzi on the edge, and you got Flanagan on the opposite edge.
ouch.
Wow.
Ooh.
And they all got up and celebrated because that one had to hurt the quarterback. That was – I flinched a little bit watching that one, Scott.
This is a 3rd down and 19, and Concord has been in a lot of these 3rd down and forevers. And let's see what they can do here with Algren in the shotgun, actually in the pistol.
That's going to be a false start.
And so with that false start, we're going to go to a scoring update from our studio.
Well, we couldn't get any highlights of this one, but it's still a special win nonetheless. Manchester Memorial has had trouble winning over the years. Their program has started growing, and for the first time in pretty much anybody's memory, Memorial moves to 3-0 on the season with a huge 41-6 win over Division II West.
Unbelievable.
41 points put up by
You know what?
Memorial
If
there.
there's any team that deserves that, it's West. I mean, we played them every year, and their program, we always thought that their program could improve. And this
Are
year,
you talking about Memorial?
yeah, Memorial. So roll out. Allgren throws it over the middle.
That's intercepted.
Intercepted!
Jeremy Hinault, we talked about him a lot during the first half, and he's having a great senior night, the senior himself, as he gets his interception here.
And we
All right,
just
some of our live action games from last night that we broadcast. We had a doubleheader here on G.
And here's your replay. So he rolls out, and he throws it across his body, and it was just not a good throw.
No.
One that he probably wishes that he had back because, Hinault is sitting down and in that zone, and he just clearly sees it.
Hope you got a little bit of a sneak peek of some other action that we got coming up here. So we're going to see a run from Picard, and he breaks it for like 5 yards.
Yeah, it's like you said. I mean, he doesn't go down on the first hit.
He's a second effort back.
And he picked up about 4 yards on that play with really a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
And you'll see this is your read option.
I think that's like third effort there. Like he got tackled a couple times. As we're going to see, Jared Hinault broke off a run.
Yeah.
Looks like they're using that tempo to their advantage and to our disadvantage.
They out-tempoed us then.
Yeah, we were in a replay, but
flag.
there is a flag down, so we'll have to see what that is.
Yeah, so a stiff arm by
there.
Hinault and a nice block by number 7, Caden Perry.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be a holding called on Goffstown now. Looked like there was somebody. Yeah, so
holding.
Good run nonetheless by Jared Hinault. So
you went apple picking.
I did go apple picking.
Did you go apple picking locally, or
I went to Kentucky.
Kentucky, which one?
Gold Hill.
Gould Hill.
Gold Hill, rather.
Gould Hill. You didn't go to the McCune Hacienda to pick apples?
I did not. I did get the apple cider donuts though.
They're
the
good.
favorites.
Oh, screen pass.
And
he didn't get
Caden
much.
Perry
So a
doesn't
nice
get much out
tackle
of that
by
one.
the Crimson Tide. I'm trying to see who got that one. It would show a replay, but that was a real good tackle by Concord.
Yeah, so Goffstown pulls a lot of these screenplays out, and this is like their 4th or 5th one, Scott.
Number
I think
9,
Concord,
that was Rashid.
Yeah, Concord has finally picked up. Rashid's playing really well today, so kudos
he's their
to him.
player of the game, there's no doubt. He's their best athlete. 3rd and 14, that's a long one. Hinault. And see, I didn't like that. And the reason why I don't is he's rolling, his feet aren't set, and I'm not in love with that play call, and Goffstown's going to have to punt.
Yeah, Scott, also I want you to take a look at the direction in which Jared Hinault's head is looking. He doesn't look away from that spot that he throws it to the entire time. He kind of telegraphed where he was going.
There's no other way to throw the ball but to his left. So with that, Picard will be the punter. What are you counting on me? How many do you see?
There's 9
There's
here,
9
so there should be 2 back.
In this screenshot there, and probably 2.
They just had someone extra run in at the end of the play.
Looked like a shank.
Shank kick that's going to drop out of bounds.
Yeah, I almost went into the GTV crow's nest, which you can see there.
Senior night. Normally, I believe on senior night.
Senior night is senior day.
Senior day.
I mean, it's not. There's no night here. The sun is shining.
You never know.
What?
You never know. We could be in Alaska. You don't know. We're in the studio.
It's true.
How do you know?
I saw a movie last night about it was set in Sweden, and same thing. They get like 20 hours of sunlight.
Yeah. No, we're in Goffstown, but for senior day, My bad, Scott.
Senior day. It's okay.
Normally I think there's some theme or something that the fans normally do, but we're limited to the amount of fans.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's called Strange World.
yeah.
Algren in the shotgun. In motion is
Motion.
number 5, who takes the handoff, cuts it back, and gets just gobbled up after a 1-yard gain.
He ran into Nate Belanger, and he actually moved Nate Belanger. I was quite surprised.
Well,
I almost let out a little bit of a gasp.
He's in motion, and I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
nobody
I think
moved
he
him.
just kind of moved around the lineman. So my bad. Nobody can really move
Yeah.
Nate Belanger, it seems.
You can tell, like, Dalton, like, really likes to play. Like, he likes to, like, get physical.
I think he likes to hit people.
He
I
does.
Think that's
He
what
likes
it
to
is.
hit, that's kind of like what football is all about. So.
He's also a wrestler.
So now you got Pierce over center, high snap, handoff again to Rashid, to
Nope.
24,
That's
and a nice
Channing, I
tackle
believe.
by Hinault. Textbook tackle by the ankles. Gain of about 4. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 5.
6 yards on the play. 3rd and 5 from the Grizzlies.
Look at that. Textbook tackle.
Very good tackler, Jeremy Hinault.
So again, this will be 4th down territory for the Crimson. Tied here and brings up a 3rd and 5. And I do like those runs with Rashid, whether that be a inside handoff or a tunnel. Handoff up the middle. Guess what? To Rashid.
And I think he got the first down just because
He did, and I
how
think
athletic he is. He's got the speed. He's got some power. He can
they don't
break
have
through.
time on their side. There's 30 seconds left in the 3rd. And this is just a nice, clean handoff. And the offensive line does their job. They seal that inside, and Rashid goes to the outside, and they pick up an easy first down. But we've got 15 seconds left in the 3rd. Goffstown's up 21-0. Absent of any turnovers that Concord can get, will they don't with second string quarterback, it's going to be hard to put up, 21 points.
Yeah.
And that'll do it, folks. At the end of the 3rd, Goffstown leads 21-0. But a nice effort by Goffstown again. That touchdown by Picard in the beginning of that second half. And then Concord, plays some tough D. So I think, the story, if you're Concord, is give credit to your defense for not folding. I mean, they have clearly been able to stop Goffstown on multiple occasions, but they haven't been able to string their offense together. They've had some, I think 2, maybe 3 decent drives, Broden, where they picked up 30, 40, 50, 60 yards, but they haven't been able to do that. So with this stoppage in play, again, I wanted to wish if we can have our studio bring up a picture for us. So here is the young Caden Perry, number 27, and it's his birthday today. He's 17.
Yeah, I had to show him in the Screaming Eagles. That's
The
blue
Screaming
and black
Eagles version
camo.
of Caden Perry. So I want to thank his dad for sharing those pictures with us, so making our broadcast a little bit more special. So happy birthday to you, Caden.
He's definitely going to come back and watch this. So
Oh.
he's on the field at the moment, but
Yeah.
he'll definitely watch this in film or whatever. So, Caden, whenever you watch this,
Yeah.
There you
They're
are.
going to poke fun at him,
yeah.
But speaking of which, I mean, we talk about the Screaming Eagles, and now it's I don't know if they
Junior
still
Grizzlies,
the
I
junior,
believe.
yeah, that's a different iteration of them. But these guys, the junior class,
Yeah.
and to the degree the senior class, these guys have played together for 10 years
Yeah.
or more. So it's no doubt that you have a degree of success at the varsity level when you've been playing since you were 8 years old,
Yeah.
7 or 8. So
Also, I believe our junior class, their respective Goffstown Screaming Eagles, won nationals possibly for.
yeah, I don't
for
know. I
their-
know they were very successful.
very
as
successful.
as they were coming up.
They had Antonio Capos, who was he was smaller, but he was
Big.
oversized
He was
as
he
a
was
child.
bigger than the average.
He looked like a term you called Peyton Strickland, a man-child.
Yeah. Handoff to number 11, and a nice tackle by, I think Cody was the first one in there.
I think that was Jeremy Hinault who came up.
Was it? I saw a 2.
Yeah, he is 2'4", but he'd be coming across the field, so I don't think so.
Well, that could have been a hold.
No, that was Ryan Cody there on
Yeah,
the tackle.
but on that play, that looked like there could have been a hold on Concord.
Yeah, that stuff that comes, as they like to say, in the trenches is a little less called than those open field plays.
So we got a second down and a long 9.
We talked about it. Pierce is now lining up at nose
we
tackle.
went offsides. Number 5.
Seth
Osborne's
Osborne. He's upset with himself.
He had a neutral zone infraction, shall we call it?
Yeah, we said it earlier. George Pierce, who's lined up now at nose tackle for Goffstown, I think Concord center gives up a lot of weight to George Pierce. And Cooper Flanagan with a blindside sack. He came out last week very well against Alvern. So very good play here by Cooper, who's going to come from the blind side of the quarterback and come all the way across and get the sack on the designed rollout.
So speaking of trivia, I got a text that last year's special teamer extraordinaire, Wilton Geisenheiner, correctly answered the trivia question of Alex Duval.
Wow. Congrats, Wilton.
So at our next little stoppage after this play, we're going to bring up another trivia question.
Wilton Geisenheiner was GTV Special Teams Player of the Year.
That's right.
So yeah, he was great on special teams. Glad to know he's still watching.
And
wow, what a tackle by
Duval. Actually, that was more of a takedown. I think you get 2 points for that.
Yeah, probably
in wrestling.
Yeah. He picked his legs up.
So here's our next trivia question: which current Goffstown player was ranked in the top 10 of his class last year? Although we got Goffstown, a little typo there, but which current Goffstown player was ranked in the top 10 of his class last year?
Scott, I don't even know this one.
What?
I'm not sure of this one.
So this would be one of the smartest kids in the school.
Yeah.
So who has the biggest brain power on this Goffstown team?
Maybe somebody, maybe a parent watching at home or a sibling watching at home knows a little more than we do or something.
Yeah. So here's that replay again, and here's the takedown.
Wow.
We'll have none of that, he says.
Yeah, that looked like a WWE move there.
So who do we think is the brainiac here on the Goffstown football team?
I'm not sure. We're gonna have to let somebody in the YouTube chat.
I don't know. YouTube chat.
Guess that one.
You know, speaking of brainiacs, Justin Huff, we're talking about him. You know, he's quite the brainiac himself. Pretty smart guy. Boston University graduate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep.
I'll be
Do
applying.
you know who
there
else graduated
come
from
this winter.
Boston University?
Who?
But not in the same class as Justin, but you know the Dos Equis guy?
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Boston University. Yeah.
BU. Yeah, I'll be applying there this winter.
Okay,
so
good for you.
Maybe we've got a long string coming from Goffstown Athletics.
The most famous man?
Most interesting man.
Interesting. So
Dos
you got the
Equis.
most interesting man in the world in that guy, and then you got the most interesting guy in Goffstown.
No,
Justin
you
Huff.
have. Oh, so he's played quarterback.
He's played quarterback, so that's the hint.
This
season. Huh. That's a good question.
That's a good hint. So you have the most interesting man in the world, and then you've got the guy who plays the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah. And you know who else? The guy who played George Costanza also.
I don't
Jason Alexander from Seinfeld.
I'm not a huge Seinfeld fan.
Okay, high snap. Another sack coming.
Another
And
blindside sack.
that's another
from
Cooper Flanagan special.
And he dropped him way back. And Cooper is hyped.
Maybe it's Cooper Flanagan. Maybe he's the smartest guy.
I don't think he's lined up at quarterback.
He never lined up a quarterback.
I don't think he did.
Yeah, Flanagan is like a man possessed.
Wow.
So hopefully you folks are going to be we have some people that are guessing in the studio audience, and I think that they're right, but I think you're right. But we have to wait to see if we get anyone.
So with Halloween coming up, Have you decorated your house yet, Scott?
I just put a couple of pumpkins out.
You just
That's
put
it. I didn't do
pumpkins out, nothing crazy,
No,
no,
not yet.
lights in the trees or
Not
like
yet.
spider webs in the trees or anything
No.
like that. Oh, okay.
Pass by Hinault over the middle. Caught!
Caden Perry.
Caden Perry. There we go. Touchdown.
There's a nice little birthday present for him.
Maybe we can bring up his little screaming eagle picture while he's at it. So a touchdown by Caden Perry.
He's celebrating there, but he got a nice little gift wrapped
Wow,
up
so
for
that's a
him there
happy
from-
birthday touchdown for Caden Perry, and that was bam, bam. That was quick.
So
there he is.
he's done it for a long time, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
So from the Screaming Eagles all the way to the Goffstown Grizzlies, Caden Perry put 6 on the board for Goffstown with the extra point to make it 7. And there you go, folks. In
Very
one fell
good.
swoop, it is 28-0 with around 9 minutes to play in the game. So here we go. Here's your replay, and Perry wide open over the middle.
You know
on
what?
that slant.
We've said nothing but his name on this play, but Jarrett Hinault.
Great throw.
Great throw to Caden Perry.
Well, here you're going to see it.
Great drop back, good blocking by the line, and just placed perfectly, right in his hands.
Right, and the key there was that he split 2 defenders on
Yeah.
that. And it was weird because neither went with him. They
No.
both kind of paused.
Great throw by
And
Jarrett
a good
Hinault
play call
to Caden
by
Perry,
Coach Hammond.
who is over there, I believe.
There he is right there
Hey,
with a white long
He
sleeve.
rolled his sleeves up, Scott. I think he's getting a
Oh, he
little warm.
heard me. He
definitely
heard me
heard
that,
you.
why are you wearing long sleeves?
Went
But,
back to the run and rolled his sleeves up. I think Scott's talking to him. I think he's in his head or
No.
something.
He's pretty independent thinker, Coach Hammond. So I don't think he really
He doesn't care what you say.
I don't think so. I don't. He's done a nice job. You know, all of the coaches in Division I football, all the sports deserve a ton of credit. I mean, playing under the COVID pandemic is no easy feat, and these coaches have done so with such grace and style, in my opinion. And a nice kickoff return by the Crimson Tide to about the 38-yard line. Going back to what I was saying, very, very trying circumstances for athletes and their coaching staff. All the protocols that they have to adhere to, the social distancing. It's just been a really challenging year, but I give credit to the coaches and all of our players, both in Goffstown and other towns, that they really want to play, Broden,
Yeah.
and they're doing whatever it takes. So we got a flag on that one. I'm assuming it's a hold.
Or like
It
a
usually
block
is-
in the back,
or
possibly,
right,
something
that's-
like that.
It seems that
So-
every single kickoff where there is a flag, on the kickoff, it's an illegal block in the back.
Yeah, so we'd also like to take a minute to thank everyone for coming in for the viewing. Something we don't say all that often. Thank you for coming and watching in on the channel 16, along with on the World Wide Web, on YouTube and Facebook. So
Inside handoff, and that is for not much gain there. World Wide Web, that would be WWW? Is that what it stands for?
yeah, you didn't know
I
that?
thought it was like World Wrestling Federation dot. No?
No, it's World Wide Web.
I know, I'm
with
only
two
kidding.
B's. Two B's.
I'm only kidding with you.
Yeah. Okay. I would hope so.
And now you don't even have to put www in
No,
the
you
ad.
just pop it
don't.
in. It does it
And
for
that's
you.
how you
Or
can tell somebody my
HTTPS or
age,
anything
is
like
when
that.
they put the address as www, then you know they're kind of old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the HTTPS, the secure, not secure.
Yeah.
You don't even have to put that in. It does it all for you now, Scott.
So I wonder if we got an answer yet on that trivia question. If not, we're going to bring it up ourselves. So we might not have a winner. That's going to be a handoff for probably about 2 yards. So if our studio could bring up the answer to that last trivia question, again, this would be the current player who played quarterback, and that would be Josh Webb.
Josh Webb.
So he's the brain.
I tried dropping some hints in there, so if anybody did pick it up,
Huh.
I'll say it. You're welcome. But yeah, he's actually out with an arm injury. I believe he broke
Okay.
his arm. So lined up at quarterback a couple snaps, and he was in the top 10 for his class as well. So see Uzi and Pollo sneak in for an outside blitz, and he wraps up that runner. It was a nice. He kind of.
Uzi's playing super well on defense.
If we see the replay here, watch Uzi kind of sneak in behind Matt Dalton right there the quarterback can't see that and key in
I
his
see what
blocker
you're
there.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so Uzi's size difference with Matt Dalton, he kind of
If we
covered
only
up.
had a telestrator, Adam McCune, telestrator, do you realize how well that, I mean, we could have Broden with that little yellow, highlighter can be showing us the insight here. Maybe it's a week. If you guys in the audience, if you want to buy us a telestrator on eBay or on like
I don't think that's- I don't think
Amazon.com,
that's
send
how
it
that
to the
works.
GTV studio, and it's a short kick
To Caden
and
Perry, who's
returned
going to
by
make
Perry,
a move and
and
cut
he's-
back again.
Yeah, he's not going to get much more after that.
Hey, A for effort though for Caden Perry there. He made
I
a
would
couple
agree.
moves and he made 40, kind of loses footing. So we like to call break the ankles a little bit. He made 40.
I'm just
Dropped to the
curious
ground.
if like Adam or Dave Steffen could there's no telestrator. You can't use your mouse pad or something back there and jerk around with that for it. No, there's nothing.
I don't think so.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be
How
cool.
much does that cost?
Money, a lot of
Can
money.
we do can we do like a GoFundMe for that or?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on our budget situation. I'm not in that pay grade
we'll have
yet,
to talk
Scott.
about this. This is a post-game thing because if you had a yellow highlighter there, I think it could have added to the broadcast.
I think we do just fine with just our voices, Scott. So we're going to see Jarrett hand it off on the read option there to Uzi, who's got the outside speed and he lost his footing.
down.
So after we talk about the field here, we've now seen back-to-back plays of players just lose their footing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's just look at it a little further here. Let's see. He makes a cut. No, he got tripped up. That's not. Don't blame it on the turf. Okay. The turf looks good. The turf is good. He got tripped up by number 11.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 11 being himself.
No, I think it was Kevin McDonough on Concord.
And Jarrett's going to keep it this time, and he gets a good gain.
Yeah, and he's gonna get down to about the 26-yard line for a first down. So here's our who should buy us a telestrator. That's a good question. Scott Burris. Okay.
Scott.
Well, how much is it?
This is awkward.
How much is it? It is
This
awkward.
is awkward.
I'm going to panhandle at the traffic circle. I'm sorry, the roundabout for the telestrator. And it's a handoff to the outside to number 23, Picard, and he stays inbounds.
I think is it running clock at this point?
So I think we have one more trivia question.
That's actually real.
That is real.
I mean, the last one was true, but
So Picard takes it to the outside, and number 73, big boy too. That was number Austin Wells.
yeah, Austin Wells. So which former GHS coach threw the first touchdown pass in postseason history for GHS?
I know this one.
Well,
I know this one.
You can't.
I do.
You can't.
I'm going to give you guys a hint.
Oh, right off the bat.
I'm going to give you a hint. Londonderry Lancers is a family hint. That's a tough one. I think that's the answer too. I'm not positive.
We're
but-
gonna take a peek here at some other action.
Yeah, so we got another score coming up.
All right, some of our live action games from last night that we broadcast. We had a doubleheader here on GTV. In the first game, it was field hockey falling 2-0 to Concord. And then in girls volleyball, we see this awesome setup and kill here by Ava Winterburn. She had a great night, but the girls volleyball team lost in straight sets to Concord.
I think we just missed a touchdown, Scott.
No.
I
Don't
think we
tell me
did.
that.
I think we did.
No.
Oh,
No.
Scott. Oh, I think we
Don't
will be
tell
able to
me
catch a
that.
replay though here. So
You know what happens to the studio on that situation?
No, they
At
got to buy a
At Fox,
telestrator.
they would get fired for that at Fox Sports. But, here we're at GTV. So, Dave Steffen, don't worry. We're all set. You're still employed. So, we missed a touchdown by Caden Perry. So, let's go to the replay, folks. It's a pass play. And to Caden Perry.
That's a good move after the catch.
And
we just got some trash thrown at us from
we're
our
getting stuff
studio.
thrown at us here in the studio. You can't see that, but Perry breaks a tackle and goes in for a touchdown.
Have yourself a birthday, man.
Yes, that's another piece of cake for Caden Perry. And wow, and they're playing tight. So Concord was playing tight coverage.
Yeah,
and with
you
that,
make
no
one
safety
move
help,
and
one move.
You're gone.
So with that, it is 35-0 Goffstown with 5 minutes to play. So if we could bring that trivia question back up. So it was what Goffstown player, which former GHS coach threw the first TD pass in postseason history and that would be Alex Sobolov. So he is the son of the AD of Londonderry. He used to be the AD here.
Huh.
Howard Sobolov. So, and I think Alex is an AD up north in a school district up north. So Alex, I think, played in, I'm trying to think, Plymouth, I think he played quarterback, Plymouth State.
Oh, very cool. I did not know that, so informed me, I guess. We're going to be seeing running clock now as Goffstown is up 35-0. That's 5 touchdowns unanswered by Concord, and we're probably going to see some second stringers and some younger players come out here for Goffstown as we're going to I stand corrected. It looks like our starters are still out there. See, Nate Belanger and Toby Halpern and Ryan Cody are still out there.
So we always want to thank our folks who help us on these broadcasts. Aiden Pena, who's been out there on camera. We got Ty Gallagher, who's also on camera. Dave Steffen, who's our technician in the studio, as well as Adam McCune. We can't do these games without a staff of folks, largely volunteers. And that is a run to the outside, picks up not a whole lot, maybe 2 yards. And that was like a fake handoff. I'm not really sure what it was. I don't even know if it was like a missed handoff. Hard to say.
I think that the terminology is bootleg there, Scott.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Bootleg, but designed or not designed?
Yeah, we're not sure there.
See, when I think of bootleg, I think it's always like a designed bootleg.
Yeah,
in that case, it looked like it was like a broken play.
When I see plays that I like being called, I like those play action bootlegs where you get the run going one way, but then you're passing the other. I like those. Those are nice.
2nd and 11, so we lost some yardage. That's
a
fumble,
but
and recovered by Concord, number 24.
That's Champney. Good hustle by Champney to recover so quickly there after he's the one who lost the ball off the handoff. Oh, looks like it was just they couldn't decide who wanted it, I guess, for Concord.
Tough go of it right there. So it brings up a 3rd and 11. Also want to thank all of the folks who've helped out at the Goffstown field today. It's always a big production putting on a football game. All of our game managers, our booster clubs, people doing the chains, you name it. Inside handoff picks up about 7 or 8 yards, and they're going to go for it, I would think.
Yeah, so we are going to see
4th down and probably a long 4.
We are going to see some of the seniors that didn't get their shot at the start of the game come out now. That includes Maddox Harden, Matt Beard, a couple others who are out there, Cooper Flanagan and Tyler Denton. Flanagan has had a great game, along with Jeremy Hinault, both seniors. They both played very well today. We're going to see Leidick and Martell on either side of the line, and number 71 for Goffstown come out for the nose tackle.
And here we go, an inside handoff, and I think he spins but doesn't quite get. It's going to be tough. It's going to be close. They might give it to him.
I don't think he got there, just from the initial spot.
I didn't think so either, but they are moving the chains.
Oh. Play-by-play, telestrator, Troy Aikman, Aiden, just awesome. David Steffen, Bleep Bloops, and we still don't know what Adam does.
Well,
so,
that's a good question.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever be answered, but if you know, that's a trivia question. What does Adam McCune actually do? If you can comment that in the YouTube chat, you will win absolutely nothing because no one knows the actual answer. As we see
goodness.
Cooper Flanagan with another sack.
Number 3.
That's a hat trick for Cooper Flanagan today.
Just a stupendous performance by Cooper Flanagan here. I mean, I think that's his 3rd sack of the game. Just absolutely.
And again,
awesome.
we're going to have to double back and say that studio tech Dave Steffen and Adam McCune, GTV coordinator, do so much. All behind the scenes. They don't really get talked about all that much, but they do so much, and they're responsible for all of these games that we get broadcasted and all the meetings and all that other fun stuff that we see here at GTV. So thank you to Dave and Adam as well.
I think it was somebody had said to Adam at one point, they were like, Adam, you have the face for studio. Like,
really?
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Who?
What? I'm not sure, but I guess there's people like you, Broden, who are in front of the camera, and there's people like your dad who just are good behind the camera.
I get the genes from him. That's for sure.
Okay.
I mean, that's half of it.
And we didn't even talk about the Lego master, Dave Steffen. We haven't talked about him. Dave is approaching. Dave, how old are you? Put up your 40, right? Dave is 40, and he's still playing with Legos.
Oh, my God, Scott. Come on.
No.
Let the man have fun.
He can. But the problem is that I saw, like, last night, he's doing, like, football plays with Legos.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
That's impressive.
As we're going to see
our
football play.
Adam, like, what different formations using Lego figurines. Which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So what he's going to do is at the next game, he's going to show these, to us in the Lego formations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like how you didn't even ask. You just kind of told him.
Yeah. So that's our final score, folks. 35-0 on a very nice 75-degree day in Goffstown. Just a really great performance. Let's talk about our players that really had impressive game. So you always get 2 and I get 2.
Yeah.
So why don't you start off?
I'll start off. I think I'm going to go Cooper Flanagan, a 3-sack hat trick today. All those blindside sacks and some other tackles. He had a really good game.
All right, and I'm going to go, with Caden Perry. That's an easy one. He scored 2 touchdowns in the second half, so that's an easy one. And it's his birthday, too,
and
so we're going to give him that one.
So I think I'm going to go again with another senior for Senior Day who had some great special teams and even better defensive plays, an interception, some really good open field tackles. Jeremy Hinault, captain Jeremy Hinault, who had a fantastic Senior Day.
All
so
right.
I think he's going to get my
last but not
second
least,
player.
I'm going to go with Zach Picard, who had a couple of running touchdowns today, and really just all year long has just been the stalwart in terms of the Goffstown offense, in terms of picking up a lot of tough yardage. So with that, congratulations to the Grizzlies. We'll be broadcasting the Central game. More than likely, we'll be from the studio again, but if not, then we'll be live from I guess it's Gill Stadium. But with that, my name is Scott Gross. I'm here with Broden McCune. I want to thank everyone for watching the broadcast, and have a good day. Take care now.
Don't forget to stay hydrated.